Hey Mia, be honest. Have you ever had an important task to do, but somehow ended up cleaning your room, checking social media, and watching random videos instead?
Only about 1,000 times. In fact, I once spent 2 hours organizing my desk just to avoid writing a report.
That's impressive dedication to avoiding work.
Thank you. I take my procrastination very seriously.
Well, today's topic is something almost everyone struggles with at some point: procrastination. Why do we put things off, even when we know we should be doing them?
It's a great question because procrastination seems completely irrational. We know the task won't disappear. We know delaying it will probably make things harder. Yet, we do it anyway.
Exactly. And here's the surprising part: scientists say procrastination isn't usually a problem of laziness.
Really? Because that's often what people assume.
That's true, but research suggests that procrastination is actually more about managing emotions than managing time.
Interesting.
Explain that. Imagine you have a difficult project to complete. Maybe it's stressful, confusing, or overwhelming. Your brain doesn't like those uncomfortable feelings.
Neither do I.
So instead of facing the task, your brain looks for something that feels better right now.
Like checking messages?
Exactly.
Or watching one video that somehow turns into 20 videos?
We've all been there. The problem is that the short-term relief feels good, but the task is still waiting for us later.
Which means future me gets stuck dealing with it.
And future you is probably not very happy about that.
Future me and present me don't always get along.
Scientists actually have a name for this. They call it present bias.
What does that mean?
It means our brains naturally value immediate rewards more than future rewards. Watching a funny video gives us instant satisfaction. Finishing a project might bring benefits days or weeks later. So our brains are basically choosing the smaller reward now instead of the bigger reward later? Exactly.
That sounds like a terrible financial advisor.
It would be.
Are some people more likely to procrastinate than others?
Yes, studies suggest that people who experience higher levels of stress, anxiety, or perfectionism may procrastinate more often.
Wait, perfectionists procrastinate?
Surprisingly, yes. Sometimes people delay starting because they're afraid they won't do the task perfectly.
That actually makes sense. If you're worried about making mistakes, avoiding the task feels safer.
Right. But unfortunately, avoiding it usually increases the pressure.
Which creates even more stress.
Exactly. It's a cycle. I think a lot of students can relate to that.
Definitely. Imagine an assignment due in 2 weeks. At first, there's plenty of time.
So you tell yourself you'll start tomorrow.
Then tomorrow becomes the next day.
And somehow it's suddenly the night before the deadline. That's the classic procrastination story. Why are deadlines so powerful? Because deadlines create urgency. When the deadline gets close enough, the consequences become immediate.
And suddenly the brain pays attention.
Exactly.
So, how can people procrastinate less?
One effective strategy is breaking large tasks into smaller pieces.
Because write a 20-page report sounds scary.
Very scary.
But write one paragraph sounds manageable.
That's the idea. Smaller tasks create less emotional resistance.
I've also heard that setting a timer can help.
Absolutely. Some people use a technique where they work for 25 minutes and then take a short break.
25 minutes feels much less intimidating than work all afternoon.
Exactly. The goal is often just to get started.
Because starting is usually the hardest part.
For many people, yes.
Here's something I've noticed. Once I begin a task, it's often not nearly as bad as I expected. That's very common. Our brains tend to exaggerate how unpleasant a task will be. So we're avoiding an experience that might not even be that difficult.
Exactly.
Human brains are funny sometimes.
They really are.
So let's summarize.
Procrastination isn't usually about laziness. It's often about avoiding uncomfortable emotions like stress, uncertainty, or fear of failure. Our brains prefer immediate rewards, which makes distractions very tempting. But strategies like breaking tasks into smaller steps, setting short work sessions, and simply getting started can make a huge difference. And if you've ever procrastinated, you're definitely not alone. Not even close. In fact, there's a good chance someone is watching this video right now instead of doing something they should be doing. If that's you, maybe this is your sign to start. Right after you finish the video, of course. Of course. We'd love to hear from you. What's the biggest thing you've ever procrastinated on? Leave your answer in the comments below. And if you enjoy learning English through interesting conversations like this one, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time. And good luck with that task you've been avoiding.